right, good morning comrades, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the Nürburgring, welcome to a very special video. This is first fully dedicated, because we did already a couple of videos about this car, fully dedicated video, introductory video of this project car on my channel, so to say. Now this video is fairly long because I'm intending to do 2 laps and in between also talk about the car, show you the mods that are already on it, how in such a great condition that it is. And you've probably already seen before, when I did first few meters driving this car, I had such a big smile on my face, and now even more by going on the Nordschleife. And my god, I wanted to tell you something about this car, but I'm getting carried away, so let's slow down a bit and tell you more all the important things. This car I did not buy. I wish I could, but maybe in the future. But this car belongs to a very good friend of mine, a friend that would rather stay anonymous, but he is very kind to allow us for me to document the modifications that he, together with Manthey-Racing, will be doing to this car. What's the story behind this? Well, this is a Carrera 2. Yeah, Carrera 2, not a Carrera 2S, but just a Carrera 2. Although the 993 generations, they take out the 2. Yeah, you can go past. Yeah, all good. They take out the 2, but Porsche enthusiasts refer to it as a C2 opposed to the C4, which is the all-wheel drive version. Now, 993. What is a 993? According to many people, this is the last real Porsche because it is most importantly air-cooled in the back. According to other people, the 997 is the last real Porsche because it's the last manual one, although of course later on the 991-2 Touring became available as a manual, but 997 was also the last Porsche with the Metzger engine. So you can go on and on. Probably 991 is also the last real Porsche according to many people because it doesn't have the double wishbone front suspension, etc, etc. But many Porsche enthusiasts do call this car the ultimate Porsche. This current car has 300 horsepower. Stock they came available as 270 horsepower, but it has different exhaust and a slight remap, so slightly more horsepower. Back in the days, 0 to 100 time was 5.2, between 5.2 and 5.5 seconds. I'm just like a bit speechless because of so much emotion that the car is giving me, and I'm trying to talk you through this. 300 horsepower, 5 seconds, 0 to 100. And the thing that I want to say about this car is that the blessing and the curse that we have here at the Nürburgring is that whenever we have a sports car, for example Porsche, and you look at it and you see like, okay, it's just the base Carrera, it's not a GT3, it's not a GT3 RS, it's not a GT2 RS. Okay, from this one you did not have a GT3 RS back in the days, but you get what I'm referring to. So the thing is also with this car, the owner, oh, there's another one classic that I'm gonna let me pass here in Foxhill, complete in the bottom. Look at that in the Preza. The thing is with this car, the owner has quite a big collection of cars, so he does not have to feel let's say left out or sad about the fact that it's not a special type of this model. And also the older audience of this channel should know that you don't need to have an ultra special car to have lots of fun and emotion with it when you spin it to 7,000 RPMs. My god. So the plan with this car is, when this friend of mine bought this car and he sent me already some pictures and he said, look at this is what I got. I said, okay, congratulations. He's like, oh, I'm putting new wheels on. I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, I'm putting different seats on. And like 5 modifications later I said, dude, what's the plan with the car? And he's like, well, I want to make it just kind of a project car to have lots and lots of fun with it. I'm like, all right, but why don't you make something specific and not go from shop to shop, part to part, and do something special with it. So why don't you do like a Manthey-Racing build? Because Manthey-Racing, next to their whole MR program, they also have like the classic department where they also modify classic cars. They recently built a 964, I believe. And he said, yeah, why not? So I spoke to Manthey-Racing. They loved the idea of building something like that. They loved the idea, and also the owner loved the idea of documenting it on the channel. So we're going to go through the full shebang. So tomorrow we're gonna go to Manthey-Racing, put it on the lift, look at underneath if there are any other spots. We're gonna ask them for their opinion, what people should look at when they're buying these cars. So it should be like a very interesting series, especially for people who might be willing to buy such a car. I looked at them at mobile.de because I was like, oh my god, when I looked at this car, I want something like that. They start at 50,000 euros by now for a base Carrera 2 like this one is. In a good condition, up to 70 and above, especially when it's restored. And yeah, you could say that this is still an obtainable dream car, classic car, supercar, especially since this is for many people the last real Porsche that had the combination of the mechanical feeling, the sounds that it's giving, the emotion, but yet still the daily drivability, because you do have air conditioning. Oh, that's pretty cool. Is that Jan-Erik Sloten? Looks like his design and his license plate. You have the possibility to drive it as a daily, and unlike the 964, the back end really does want to stick out. We were also going 180 through the corner. The 964 was known to be the last Porsche that was trying to kill you, because it was suffering from lift-off oversteer, with like very badly from a lift-off oversteer, whereas this car, it has a refined multi-link suspension. Only 20% were, I believe, similar to a 964, so it was a completely redeveloped car to make it better drivable, easier to drive, and introduce many people to the world of Porsche. Now, of course, 996 meant a lot more for the brand because liquid cooled, and later on also the Boxster meant a lot more for the brand because it allowed the high volume sales, which saved the company from potential bankruptcy. But we're getting a bit sidetracked here. The key point is that this, as mentioned, the best of both worlds, and how surprisingly we have another 993 behind us that I'm going to let to overtake me, because I want to see which one that is. But it looks quite cool. Looks very nice. Now let's talk a bit about the mods on this car currently, but about the driving dynamics. I already told you that I'm really surprised by the way the car handles in terms of giving the emotion. Of course, it's not as direct as a 992, let alone, well, yeah, as a 992 or 991, and let alone 992 or a Manthey-Racing car. No, it's not a Manthey-Racing car, but it has a Manthey-Racing suspension, I believe. It is maybe not as refined, but it's giving you lots of involvement, lots of emotion. I keep repeating myself, but this car is really emotional, really impressive. But this car, as mentioned already, has a different exhaust. So with a slight remap, it has semi-slicks. Yeah, we are currently on Dunlop Durazzas, a very sticky tire. Also new ones, that's where we're taking it easy to warm it up. And most importantly, and funny and silly enough, it is on a fully stock suspension. And stock suspension on semi-slicks, especially on an older car, gives you a bit of a off-road driving dynamics. It reminds me of an old Lada Niva maybe, but the back end still really wants to go out. You really need to drive it in an old school style. Slow in the corner, fast out. Yeah, don't try to do anything other silly and stupid. Woohoo! I don't think there was a jump from Garden because there was just like too much suspension travel. But the plans are with the car: put KW Club Sport suspension, put a big brake kit from Porsche on the car, which will allow the car to, well, to cope more with the with the extended track driving or maybe some mountain pass driving in combination with the semi-slicks that it already has. You can already see it has different seats, it has a cage, it has quite a lot of modification which are related to... it starts to rain here. Let's slow it down because it's also a yellow flag here. Where is the yellow? Ah, there we go. The orange indicator. It has different seats. It has lots of modifications that have to do with the weight reduction. That's also the reason why the owner bought this specific car. It has, namely, no sunroof. It has actually very few options, which make it very lightweight. So yeah, I am extremely excited to see where the journey is going to take us, because I'm sure there are lots of other small mods that will follow through Manthey-Racing together with the owner. I am very sad to see the drizzles coming in, like a slight bit of rain, but hopefully the majority of the track will stay dry so we can do the second lap. But before that, we go back to Apex, I do the tire pressures, I will show you the mods that are already on the car, because my god, if you haven't seen, watch the previous videos when I picked this car up and I was just like closing the door 3 times because the sound of the door was amazing. 993, I can get why this car is the ultimate Porsche for many people. Alright, fast forward back to Apex, and before we're gonna go out on a second lap, let me show you the state of the car. It is absolutely magnificent. I believe the body has been already repainted. The underbody has been also treated with dry ice partially, and we'll do a lot more at Manthey-Racing. The car has already a couple of modifications. It has the brake cooling, it has those winglets, it has the RS wheels, as mentioned previously with Dunlop Durezza tires that we drove on, which was very interesting to drive. It has a wing. Very important. Wing is, I love the ducktail. Yep. Different exhaust, as mentioned previously, and the majority of the mods are also on the inside. So we have here the Recaro RS seats, the Momo Porsche steering wheel. Everything is RS spec, so it's done as an RS. So the whole lightweight, the door cards, the carpets in the rear, also the rear seat delete. It has the anti-roll bar. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, the radio delete, very important, radio delete. All right, before the tires get too cold or before it starts raining, let's hop in and do the second lap POV, where I will be more quiet so you can hopefully hear a bit more of the mechanical symphony. You don't have any door cards, but you do have a phone holder. Every bucket seat from Recaro or any other bucket seat, that's a life hack that you could use. All right. And what I also love, we have a warning, which has to do either with because of the new wing. And here's a button, go away warning. Ta-da! I wish the new cars had that option. Amazing. I'm probably gonna leave the window open for the first few meters for acceleration. That's better. Suspension is really not suited for these tires. large curb there. Yellow, too bad. Alright, off we go again. But on high-speed sections, the car is really unstable because of the stock suspension and semi-slicks, and especially also the back end still wanting to step out, and it's really like an SUV. That's why well, a lot of people make jokes when I say I'm gonna take it easy, then proceed like driving it still sporty. In this case, first of all, very expensive car. Most importantly, a car that is kind of unpredictable in terms of suspension. So that's going to be the biggest game changer once that is, yeah, modified, defined, redefined. The brakes are okay, but again, I don't address them too much. So, but in that relation, we're okay. Slowing down for traditional speed limit, for people gonna say like, oh, Nürburgring's racetrack, why is there a speed limit? Well, during tourist drives, it's a public road. So, and on public road you also have speed limits. Why do you have speed limit here? Because here is a second entrance exit where emergency vehicle can come off, or you just want to come on or off. That's why there is a speed limit. And there was a little cut because there was an incident and no yellow beforehand. That's why. Woo! Yeah, high-speed sections, the car is really nope, nope, nope. So whereas here the Kesselchen, or yeah, Kesselchen 4 left, so 1, 2, 3, and then number 4, I would usually go flat out. I'm gonna lift and chill a bit, because I'm already going very close to the outside to not unsettle the car too much. But the car has so much potential. I mean, it already brings lots of smiles and fun on the streets, and on the track it just needs a couple of mods, and I'm sure we will be able to pull it off. Meep meep. GT2 license plate. Another yellow, unfortunately. Off we go again. Gonna get a nice carousel shot. Behind me that is very eager to go by. Very tricky section, especially with stock suspension. Probably tonight I might play with roof Yellowbird on a set of course to get better at this car, these types of cars, because I really have no confidence in it at all, especially not only the suspension setup, because we don't know the alignment. It could be like uncontrollable because of that. That's also a very important point. The car's been just put on different set of wheels and tires without checking the alignment. That's a big thing. So hopefully we'll be able to check out at Manthey what alignment is running currently, because yeah, it's not the greatest. There was something else I wanted to say, but it doesn't matter. We have the nice symphony of the 3.6 flat engine. Yeah, I'm not only taking it easy because of the car's dynamics, but because you might come out of the corner and there might be an accident, or any other yellow flag reason like we saw before. Whee! The tires really grip, but suspension just keeps on traveling. The car just doesn't settle itself. Whoa! It's really uncontrollable. Uncontrollable in the sense that it wants to go. It wants to go fast through the corners, but not with this setup. I'm really excited to see what the end result is going to be. This is really promising. This is really, really good. Yeah, the nose is fully diving once you go on the brakes a bit more. The bump steer is also very annoying. Come on, go. And that's it. And the track is also closed, I can see. Probably because of a few incidents that we saw. Hello, Yaris. Yeah, what can I say? I'll do an outro in the car park because my microphone is now set up rear biased, so I want to have a look into the camera when I'm talking to you. Yep. But I hope the onboard was nice. I really enjoyed, and I hope from the POV, the first person perspective, you could see how the car was just like everywhere, all over the place. So that's going to be a good reference once we are done with it. In a few weeks time maybe, we will see. Depends how crazy the owner wants to go with it. God, I love that sound. There is something mythical about this door. I'm just absolutely in love with it. So fast forward, back at Apex, the car is back in one piece. We are back in one piece, of course. Obviously, I promise I'm going to do an outro, which I am doing right now on my phone because the GoPro is already empty. It's getting dark. It would not be good quality, yada yada. I don't know what to say. I am already blown away by the car. I did the third lap after the second lap that you saw, and it was already so much better because I got used to the way the car behaves, and I could push it a bit harder, maybe harder than I should have, but nothing crazy happened, so that's most important. And yeah, I'm extremely excited and looking forward to see how the mods are going to affect the handling of the car, because already by now it's yeah, well, suspension is just bad, but in terms of power, I think we will see it next year when the new engine is going to come in, if it's going to come in, because on semi-slicks, on those Diretsas, the stock power delivery feels a bit low, but we'll see. Other than that, it's a very capable car, and most importantly, as mentioned, a very emotional car. So yeah, for now, goodbye. I hope you guys enjoyed this introductory video and are also, as me and everyone else, extremely excited about this car. Its owner, Manthey-Racing, and also I are very curious to see how this content is honestly going to perform on the channel regarding classic cars. But I hope, again, that you are just as us, extremely excited to see what it's going to happen with it. So see you in tomorrow's video, where we're going to put it probably on the lift. We're definitely going to put it on the lift tomorrow, but I don't know if that video is going to come out tomorrow. That's all I wanted to say. So see you. Thanks for watching. Bye.